Hi Jeff, I think your video critique was also mysteriously abducted by YouTube. So let's go ahead and redo your critique for you as well. I'm just going to make sure you haven't posted any other updates. Okay, yep, we have these. Quite a few updates. Interesting. Matt laid out one for you. Cool. Okay, so let me give you kind of big picture. One of the things I'm thinking about the images. Usually with an image like this, you don't want to have it kind of fade into the background. Um, it creates a little bit of confusion because the image is ending somewhat abruptly, but it also looks like it's floating, just floating hands. Usually with your images, you want to carry them off the edge of the page to provide continuity and give your brain a realization that these hands are attached to a real person, as opposed to just having a body part kind of floating in the middle of something. So from that perspective, I actually like this one better because it grounds the image and makes it feel like it's attached to real people. Having them kind of fade off into the distance is a little bit subtly disconcerting because of that. I will say, if maybe you made this choice because you wanted it to feel kind of vintagey and old-timey and feel a little bit like, you're going back to the 1930s, your ad is in black and white, and this is fading you to a different time, it makes sense from that perspective. So if that's your goal, I'm okay with you making this design choice. My personal preference is having the whole image on the page because I think it looks nice and crisp and clean to have these nice lines. And I like those lines. I think it looks more modern than kind of having it fade out and give your eyes some place to get caught up and confused on. This is just more visually straightforward in a way that looks crisp and clean. So my preference is this, but if you're liking the way it's looking and you're kind of going for that vintagey feel, then I don't have a problem with you keeping this. You did a good job including all of the aspects that you need to have on here. One thing about the messaging that I would think about is there are a lot of things these hands can still do. Opening cans isn't one of them. Um, Maybe I know it might get a little bit clunky to add this in, but your real message is opening cans manually isn't one of them. I don't know if that's, did you change? I feel like you might have changed the messaging a tiny bit. Oh, you just moved, we've made it easy again. That kind of helps clarify because before with it being over here, we made it easy again. It was almost detracting from what you were saying because you were saying you can't open cans anymore, right? But your product is saying, yes, you can with our product. So grouping this together from a proximity point of view is really smart. Then you don't need to necessarily add in that manually isn't one of them because you say we've made it easy again. All right, so I think grouping this together is really where you want to keep these on any of the designs that you decide to go with. You have your call to action. It's getting kind of hard to fit everything in here. So I would probably say, just for the sake of the ad, you can take out available at Amazon or at a store near you. You can eliminate that from this ad since it's so small and just go with the logo and the slogan. Okay. Or you can just say available at Amazon. That might keep it simple. But if you're struggling to fit everything you need on here, I'm okay if you get rid of that. All right, because this is going to be a Facebook ad, they're going to click it, it's going to take them to Amazon anyway, right? So theoretically, that's the idea behind this. Let me look at this one. Again, I don't think it looks like you've been redoing the other ones. First of all, I love your typefaces. I really like the image. I really like this. The colors are looking really, really nice. So I think it's just really that image that's attracting for me personally a little bit. The way it's fading out is just almost too distracting for me. Everything else you've done is really good choices. You have some nice alignment here. There's a clear hierarchy. The contrasting color is really great, especially with it showing up here on this nice blue line. So overall, it's looking really, really good. I would just think about the best way to use that image. That is kind of cool how Matt did that too. But you have a lot of different options. So feel free to keep on playing around with the image. And then the messaging, yeah, I don't think you need to reframe that messaging anymore since you've changed where it sits on the ad. But yeah, I think that's it for me. You're really almost there. It's great so far. You don't have a lot of effort yet to put into it. Maybe just a few tweaks here and there. Okay, thanks, Jeff.